What's happening, everyone? Welcome to episode 9 or 10. I can't remember where we are right now of Building in Public. I'm back in the UK, as you can see the beautiful greenery, and I'm documenting another step on my journey of building this new brand. So just got back from Greece. As I say, I was there for around about 2 months, 7 weeks and something. Got a little bit too hot for me, so I left my girlfriend there with her family, and she'll be meeting me in Edinburgh soon, where we're going to be moving up to. I want to talk about a few updates, a few sort of realizations. I've had a bit of a raw one today, because I want to get a bit more vulnerable on this one about how I'm feeling, because maybe I haven't been as vulnerable as I wanted to be. So I'm going through a lot of changes, and I think this might be valuable for some people. So yeah, let's talk about it. I guess sort of a big thing I want to talk about, and a big breakthrough I want to talk about that I've had, is kind of realizing that I don't believe. So there's all that thing online, there's a lot of people online, and I agree with a lot of it that talk about how aggressive you've got to be successful, and how fast primarily you've got to be moving to be successful. And although I agree for that to be true in a lot of aspects, I also think that in order to build something truly great, you have to be more patient, and you have to put in the time for the small details. And I guess a realization I've had, and what I want to get across, is like, I was seeing it as a negative, having to wait, and you might have realized in some of my last videos, I was getting itchy feet of waiting. But what I realized is that actually that's one of the main things that's held me back. Although I've had some relative good success so far, it's nowhere near where I want it to be, and the reason I haven't had that is because my prior success has come from me building products that are, for all intensive purposes, fairly average. I'm not saying they're bad, but the products I were doing were things that we could get to the market within 2 or 3 weeks. I believe that's only going to get you so far. So this period of waiting, I mean, we're literally like 3.5 months in since starting this brand now, and we still don't have any sight of the products being live on Amazon or TikTok or the website or anything like that. We're looking at around about 2 months left for the main product, but I'll update you in another video soon where we're actually launching some other products that they're not as superior, but they're going to help us increase our margin and revenue by using them for bundles, and we're going to launch them as single products as well. But anyway, that's an update for another video. When I say bundles, I mean manufacturer bundles, highly complementary items that we're manufacturing alongside our, pharmaceutical products. But anyway, what I've realized is that although I was getting impatient before, I realized that actually it's the cost of barrier to entry to get to the next level. I truly believe is that if you want to create products that have got a long life, and a brand that's got like a long life, you shouldn't just be creating products that are fads, and generally what I consider a fad is something that is like not going to be around necessarily forever ever, or it's kind of like a habit that people have got right now that won't really stick. I'm not sure if this is a fad, but I'll give you an example of like that mushroom coffee stuff that people are saying to replace coffee with right now. Now I know someone, I don't know him personally, but I know someone that's built a pretty big business doing that mushroom coffee stuff. Let me cross the road without getting killed. But the problem with that, and I'm all kudos to him, I really hope it becomes successful for many, many years to come, and he may get a good exit. But the problem with that is that, in my eyes, it's kind of a bit of a fad, because, for example, some people test that out, try and replace coffee, but most people end up going back to coffee. It's like the current theme, like that matcha tea as well. Matcha's been around for a long time, but recently it's built up a lot of steam. I don't know how long that will last, because people get fed up of this stuff, and then when the next fad's on that can replace their coffee, they will get rid of that and then try something else. And it's kind of like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like the modern day next hype. Anyway, if you want to build something truly long-term and great, I've just realized that rather than me getting irritated by how long it takes, I'm now embracing it and realizing that this was why I only got to the stage where I got before. because I wasn't willing to wait 4 or 5 or even 6 months to manufacture a truly amazing product. And even if all of the products take that long, once we've got the first few going, the revenue will start building, so we're able to be even more patient. And obviously in future we'll be able to, of course there's a lorry reversing there on camera, we'll be able to increase the speed of that as we go, you know, as we go and build out our own manufacturing processes and suppliers, and it will be quicker and everything like that. So I guess it's kind of like having a realization that rather than seeing it as me just trying to be patient and getting fed up, I've now seen it as this is the reason why I wasn't successful before, because I almost felt like if I was waiting and not doing anything, it was impacting growth. But what I was actually doing when I was being unwilling to wait and unwilling to spend months manufacturing real products that could build a real equitable business, I was actually delaying the compounding effect of what good products could be. So yes, the products we're doing right now, they will take a much longer time to manufacture, but if they are successful, which I highly believe they are, and if it's not this brand, it will be another one, then it will compound a lot better later on, i.e. equity, i.e. repeat customers, you know, brand awareness. And the products that I were doing before were more sort of, they were proper, but they just didn't have the same potential, you know? It's not like someone's going to randomly call us up and say, oh, you know, we think you can get into Boots or get you into Holland & Barrett, you know? So it's that kind of thing. It's just, it's a different way of thinking. And I've realized that if I want to unlock the next level, I have to be willing to put that patience in, and that patience is only going to be really required for the first year or 2 years. And then once you've got some good revenue going, that's when you can be more, you can just always have products in the pipeline that are launching every few months. And then again, one of our competitors had 4 products and they sold for like 67 million or something in 2007. So yeah, the categories are totally different beasts. But I guess, yeah, my point there, I think you understand what I'm saying. I used to think of waiting as losing momentum and, you know, maybe being unsuccessful and impacting my growth. Now I see that waiting phase, as long as you're doing everything you can and you're putting in effort towards creating truly amazing things, that actually you should see it as you doing the right stuff. Creating truly amazing products, it's not going to happen overnight, but the compound effect will go on much higher, bigger, and last longer if you create proper products in a, you know, in a 3 to 5 year time scale, for example, with the equity that you build and the repeat customers that you build and the amazing brand that you build that people search for on all platforms. So yeah, I hope that makes sense. That was a bit of a raw one from me. I'm back in the UK right now, really excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to moving to Edinburgh once my girlfriend is back. We're just looking for a place to live in the city right now. See you soon, guys. I'll give you an update soon on what we're doing and the products that we're launching very soon.